Story 1. I have a friend who pulled a pretty embarrassing stunt at a regatta rowing race. Before your race, you can be on the water for about 2 to 4 hours. Because of this, sometimes you need to relive yourself. And the only way to do this is to pee in a water bottle. This isn't incredibly awkward as you are usually just facing someone's back and have some privacy. Now my friend was seated in the stroke seat. This means that he was face to face with the coxswain, the person who steers the boat, and he happened to have a crush on her. Because of this, he was understandably too embarrassed to whip it out and piss in front of her. At our fourth and final race of the day, the men's 8 final. We were about 600 meters in and tied for first when he just stopped rowing. Apparently he had to piss so badly and was in such a panic that he just stopped. He whipped out his micro according to her penis and attempted to piss into a bottle. He apparently had a bit of stage fright. We ended up coming in 5th out of 6 and blamed him entirely. TL. Doctor guy whipped out his mini dongle in front of his crush. Story 2. I had a huge temper problem when I played tennis in high school. My sophomore year I went to state and was getting my ass kicked in the second round because I was playing like shit. I was screaming at myself, slamming my racket against the fence, and ultimately got so pissed off that I slammed it on the court and broke it. My coach stormed onto the court, grabbed me by the arm, called my opponent to the net, and made me shake hands with him, telling him that he won because I forfeit. Never been so embarrassed in my life. I can't believe I was ever such a little baby. I was straight up throwing a temper tantrum. Needless to say, since then, I've kept a much more level head on the court. Story 3. I remember back in Little League when I first started playing, I had on a helmet that was too big for me. I got a good hit and started booking it to first base. Got the signal to round second, so I keep booking it, but my helmet starts falling into my face. I'm still running as fast as I can and people are yelling at me. I figured they were cheering me on, so I just put my head down so I can see the ground and keep running. At this time I notice that I'm running on grass and not dirt, and I get slapped by a glove. Only then did I realize that I had run all the way into the outfield and right to the center fielder who tagged me out. Story 4. I was 15 playing basketball. I had too fart, so I decided to do it while going up for a layup and I shit my pants. A full-on duty fell from my shorts onto the court. Teammates looked on in horror. The game was stopped and I left the court. I ran to the bathroom, finished taking a shit and cleaned my leg. No, I didn't change. Thankfully this didn't happen in a high school game. It was just a pickup game in the neighborhood. I'm 34 and every once in a while friends still bring it up. Story 5. I was playing soccer in middle school on defense and the other team was about to score, so I was pretty close to the net. Fortunately, I got the ball from the other team, but the goalie for my team was also right there, so he starts to reach for the ball with his hands, and I figured I'd pass it to him so he could super kick it out to the other end of the field. Seeing him reach for the ball, I got a little confused, forgot where I was, and picked up the ball to hand it to him. Everyone just stopped playing and started laughing. Similar story. Was playing soccer in high school and it was an intense game. Teammates' pass to me gets deflected and the ball was going out for a throw-in. I run as fast as I could to get the throw in fast and I pick up the ball about 2 yards short of the out-of-bounds like. It wasn't until I had the ball over my head that I realized. It wasn't as brutal, but shit was awkward when everyone just stared at me for ages, even the ref. Story 6. 8th grade b-ball. I kept getting shoved in the back on every fucking rebound on the box out. Ref wouldn't call it. So finally I get pushed again, but this time I was mid-jump going for a rebound. I hit the ground and I fucking lose it, jump up, turn around and fucking right hook the shit out of ... The wrong guy got kicked out of the rest of the season. I immediately started apologizing, I felt so bad. Story 7. So I wasn't even playing the sport. I was the nerdy kid who always sat out. Most of the kids in the gym were playing basketball. One kid fucked up and kicked the ball by accident. It flew across the gym into the bleachers, struck me right in the face and gave me a nosebleed. People laughed. This is why I don't play sports. Story 8. Freshman year at a swim meet. My school is pretty small, around 400 kids and the 4 grades combined, so the swim team had only about 5 serious swimmers. Seeing as that was, everyone on the team had to swim the maximum for heats. I was the backstroke girl, and before I could get out of the pool after finishing my laps I threw up. Then and there, and not even in the little gutter. So I basically get pulled out by my coach, and not even 5 minutes later they started the next heat. I'm sorry for anyone who swam after me. Story 9. In my freshman year of college, a lady friend of mine asked me to play on an intramural indoor soccer team with her. I was interested in this girl, so I figured this would be the perfect opportunity to impress her with my non-existent sports proficiency. First game I played, I was running down the court toward the opponent's goal, and a teammate passed me the ball. As it was flying in the air towards me, I tried scoring a goal by bouncing it off of my head like the pros always do. I closed my eyes, dove through the air ... and missed spectacularly. The opposing goalie lazily caught the ball and looked at me like I had 2 or 3 extra chromosomes. Ended up banging the lady friend a couple months later. We still eat donuts together sometimes. Story 10. 11th grade varsity soccer. I was the second string goalie, and I never got any game time, but the exercises after school were awesome, so I stayed. Final game of the season, 2-2-2, they have an indirect shot right outside of the goalie box. The starting goalie had his ankle broken during the altercation that caused the indirect shot. So they called me in. I was fumbling around with my gloves, scared as shit. I wasn't that bad, either. Anyway, so as any soccer player would do, the guy taps it to his friend so his friend can pelt the ball into the goal, kind of like a traditional penalty kick. The ball goes right into my nuts and I drop to the ground in tears. I failed to stop it and they kicked it in right after I fall to the ground. We lost the game. Story 11. The El Paso Diablos. I never played for them, but one day I got to throw out the first pitch at a game. Being a minor league team, they had to make a spectacle out of it, so instead of just going out and throwing the pitch, I was paraded around the bases by the team's mascots. Finally got to the mound. The wind up and the pitch right down the middle. It looks like it could be short. Hit the dirt in front of the plate and skipped into the catcher's mitt. Hell of a thing to get booed by 5,000 people. And that's it. What are your most embarrassing sports moments? Let us know in the comments. If you found this video funny, please share, like, and don't forget to smash the subscribe button to not miss any of our videos, and it also helps out a ton. Until next time, bye.